and I get to actually have the whole house lit up. I'm beginning to cook like, oh yeah, like 15 minutes before midnight. Let's actually start cooking. And then I get to, to have my wine, my tea, and my biscuit. And it's like the best time of the day to do that. Like, I know that, yes, I've wasted all day. But I mean, that's exactly what a vacation is good for, right? And when it's nighttime, I'm feeling like, oh yeah, and now I'm productive when I wouldn't even need to be. And I get to do all that by being 100% comfortable. I hope you're not staying up exactly for my stream because of my stream, because I egged you on to be here. I mean, it might be worth it, but it might also, with a 95% chance, not be. I can just promise you that's gonna be very chill. And just a little bit of murder. Maybe some cats. Probably money problems. At least that stays throughout all of the day and night. No food pics. I literally just made the rest of what I had yesterday, so there's not much to be seen there. Oh, Sabaton was today. Oh, man, yeah. So no wonder that you're actually up. you gotta greet your sister with like, well, like in your nightgown, and then you gotta stand there like tapping your feet and being like, well, so, like as if she's like a drunk office worker comes home at night like 3 hours after they said they would arrive, and you're standing there like, well, I waited. What do you have to say for your excuse? You open one eye. You open another eye. You open your third eye. Your back aches. You'd like to close your eyes and go back to sleep. You get up quickly. And a few minutes later, you're outside of your studio. Night 3. My god, the audacity. I mean, I do have to say... Wait, did we... I'm not quite sure. Did we reset? Like, because yesterday... I'm pretty sure we actually did look up who we can drive around. And there was different people. So I had my one prime suspect, and I'm not even seeing them. I'm not seeing the ape either, which is very unnerving when you lose track of the ape. Well, it's just Paris. I mean, what are they gonna do? Just one free running ape in Paris. It's not like they're gonna burn down the city or something. But yeah, it's like after a festival or after a concert, it's basically for me the only appropriate time when I actually go for McDonald's anymore. Like, apart from that, I'm nah. But yeah, that is the one time when it is appropriate. I mean, especially in Germany, because yeah, there's no train arriving or going for the next 3 hours anyways. It doesn't matter where you are. You can be like in the heart of Munich, Central Station. It's like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'm stuck here, stranded in the middle of a city with no public transport for the next 4 hours. So yeah, the only thing that actually has open is a McDonald's. Where else would you actually like leech internet from either? A cream egg McFlurry. I have no idea. I'm already like, look, I'm so old and so out of touch and not actually used to going to McDonald's that I'm, for one, annoyed. For the other, I'm still looking if I can order manually because I do not actually want to to try to figure out my menu from the touch screen from that dirty ass thing, because it makes me, for some reason, like I'm feeling like as if I'm just missing all of the actual good shit when I'm looking what they have on the tablet there. And I always felt like, well, there must be a better menu combination. And so I'm just like, okay, well, when I run up to a person there, and this is like with my normal social anxiety, this wouldn't happen, but from there, I'm just naming, okay, I want that and that and this. How can I combine that for cheap? And the people working there, they don't, like, they don't give a shit, so they actually just give you a good menu. So, yeah, ew, touchscreens. No, I really am. Like, I'm really, first off, disgusted by whoever touched that thing, because look, it is like 1 a.m. Central Station, McDonald's. What kind of people do you think actually use their touchscreen? Like, and then I'm also feeling as if I can never get a combination that, I'm always feeling like I'm overpaying for some reason for what I'm getting, and I'm also not finding shit. Like, I'm not pressing around, like, scrolling through it with, like, 3 people behind me. And that is where I, like, it's more social anxiety to actually use that damn thing than to walk up to someone to tell them, yeah, I want that and that and that. Can you give me something? Use the free hand sanitizer. Free, yeah. You mean the empty one? Yeah, maybe. Like I said, I'm just getting old. that's basically it. We haven't actually checked out any of these clues. Oh yes, I'm definitely going to that station. But let's just say, to humor ourselves, I'm actually gonna go over there. There's just no passengers. It's like the stupidest ass location. Out of nowhere you hear a voice whispering in your ear. This is where I died. You brake hard. There's no noise in the cab. No noise outside. A silhouette appears in the back seat of the cab. Its features appear... What the hell is this game? Its features appear one by one as if drawn with a paintbrush. So much suffering. God, this is like Afterlife Train all over again. No, Timmy. I don't have mommy milk for you. But please share your wisdom from the afterlife. You squint, a little boy. Would you be so kind as to drive me? Get out. Where? Very well, let us drive then. The boy's silhouette flutters for a moment, then disappears entirely. You hold your breath. On the back seat behind you, the boy slowly reappears. You start driving. Would you be so kind as to drive around the neighborhood a bit? No, I'm not quite sure where he lives these days. He changes haunts frequently, never stays in the same place for very long, but it's somewhere around here. The boy points outside. Over there. The revolutionaries brought the little prince here on a cart. Over there. The crowd touched him, pushed him, made him change clothes. Over there, a woman he had never seen before, and who frightened him, gave him something to eat. That also frightened him. He was scared, of course, terrified. People spit insults anytime he opens his mouth. Oh, I thought they spit in his mouth. Others incited violence. His last sentence hangs in the air. Fine, thanks. I was thinking about his mother, but it's of no matter. No matter at all. She had face powder ordered from Austria. Her little one liked the smell. As do you. At that very instant, your nose itches. Let's no longer speak of it. He was the important one. Your desire to sneeze disappears as quickly as it appeared. He lived in this street and suffered a great deal. He often coughed and was yelled at any time his small, frail body was shaken with a coughing fit. The woman taking care of him called him Little Louis. He barely spoke. He was not allowed to go outside. An odd smell fills the cab. He also shit himself frequently. Preferably in taxis. I'm like, yeah, no, this is exactly what I should come to expect from this game. The cat, our first customer, was probably the most normal one out there. His life was reduced to a series of apartments, bedrooms, living rooms. More of a perfume than a smell. His life was reduced to presentations, low bows, strict rules that came out of nowhere. Orange blossom. Your taxi suddenly smells of orange blossom. His life was reduced to future promises, to when you grow up, and you glance around, needlessly looking for the source of the smell. I at least got to play in the dirt and the mud. It's him. The little boy with a flickering frame smells of orange blossoms. I don't pity him, but no one deserves to be punished for their brother's crimes. Right here. He points to a house down the street. Stop, it's right here. This is where Louis the 17 lives. You pull over. Why the fuck should I care? Why, that is after you have driven him all around town. You turn around and the back seat is empty. You sneeze. All the anger you were just feeling has vanished. You avoid your own reflection in the rearview mirror. Okay. So we've got the black person and the shady person. Oh, but this didn't actually take any time, so... Where's my prime suspect? Also, why is so many people over here? God damn it. Let's go with a real person for a change. Pick me up. Oh, you're the most suspicious person, yeah. Let's see. Let's see what Luna has to say. Xavier Turchev. I need to, get out of here. You pull up next to the sidewalk, a few meters from the abandoned warehouse. No sign of your passenger. You wait a minute staring at the meter. You really don't feel like wasting your time on people who... You hear a window break on the second floor of the warehouse. A body falls heavily on the sidewalk. You lay your hand on the door handle when a man dressed entirely in black jumps out the window and lands on the body. He stands up and takes a few steps over to your cab. Are you the cab I ordered? You nod your head very, very slowly. Luna, he threw you out of the window. Super. I'm the one you're waiting for. Be right there. He turns around, places his finger on the neck of the inanimate body, takes his pulse. He comes back over, opens the door, and jumps on the back seat. You can start driving. Really, please. You follow orders without a second thought. At least your murder says please. In back, your passenger smells like sweat and gunpowder. He has been running. Been in a fight, maybe. Probably. His muscles bulge in rhythm with his heart, which is racing. Was that guy okay? Who? Luna. Oh, him. He's fine. Don't worry. He was unconscious long before he went out the window. And an ambulance is on the way. Sure. Definitely. Yeah, I'm gonna believe that story. No worries. You open your eyes a bit wider. He notices. You are sitting in front of the door, in your nightgown, waiting, with Taco Bell in hand. Okay, alright, come on, let's talk about the elephant in the room. You're onto me, and you know it. I'm the masked Joker. Silence. You squint to get closer look at your passenger. What are you ordering, though? Are you gonna get a taco? No, you order a McFlurry. The masked Joker. The hero that makes Parisian nights more peaceful. No. You slowly shake your head. Nope, doesn't ring a bell. I'm all over Twitter, so probably on the radio and in the newspaper, I think. And... yes, the masked Joker. I think it sounds good. You bite the inside of your cheek. See, I wanted something that wasn't too... He searches for the right word, beats around the bush, and eventually comes out with... problematic. I did a lot of brainstorming and came up with the masked Joker. I haven't gotten great feedback, but it's hard these days to find a name everyone likes. Yeah, that's the problem. Get a crunch wrap. Extra quesadilla. Yeah, that is the 2 a.m. meal. That's exactly it. The feel-good food. Maybe Maybe a cup of tea? Some biscuit with it? You have to make sacrifices if you want your core business to succeed. That's what they tell us at school anyway. At school? Yes, and he freezes. Shit, I almost gave you the name of my business school. What an idiot. Can you imagine if Bruce Wayne went around telling everyone he was Bruce Wayne? Huh? No, Batman. If Batman went around telling everyone he was Bruce Wayne. I'm getting all mixed up. He touches his side for a while, like he's looking for a wound. You're getting close to your destination. I think I'm hurt. I need to cry. You want me to take you to a hospital? No, I'm fine. I shouldn't have jumped out of the window like that. But you were already coming down the street and I didn't want to make you wait. Oh, very polite. Pull over, right here, in front of the driveway. You obey. It's his house. Don't worry, it's just a flesh wound. I'll be home in 2 minutes, and I have everything I need to take care of myself. He pays and struggles to get out of the cab. One last thing. Please, don't say anything about Ankit. I'm trying to lead a double life, and it's not super easy. But barely an inconvenience. Ankit, my business school, he freezes. Oh, I just got it. You're playing along. Okay, great. He looks at you for a minute. You're a really classy guy. He walks away limping. You watch him as he tries several times to enter building code before heading inside finally. As you go to start the engine, you notice a few drops of blood on your finger. From the bills your passenger handed you. I'm doing that for a tip of $2.39. God damn it. Okay, let's just pretend that I have in any way a plan where I'm going and what I'm supposed to be doing. See, I can't actually click this one, and I don't know why. Let's say I'm not seeing anyone interesting here, and I definitely do not want to pick up a couple because ew. So let's pick up the Asian kid. Will I actually finally get to my destination without somebody like just jumping in front of my car? Amazing. I'm going to the 17th. Sure. The door opens and your next passenger, a woman, jumps into the back seat. Rue de Lévis. Her voice is shaking. Her mind is elsewhere. Please. You start driving. In the rear view mirror, you notice your passenger is shivering. She's clenching a rose in her hands, like it might otherwise fly away. She doesn't hear your question. Miss? No. No? No, I said no. No heat. She finally looks at you. He asked me to marry him and I said no. He had everything planned. He put the ring in the champagne flute and I said no. She blinks her eyes very slowly. I don't know why I said no. Her expression becomes scornful, aggressive. You don't want to get married? No, I mean, no, She's almost frozen. Some time goes by. She's like a freeze frame, a movie on pause. I want to get married. I always dreamt of a wedding, of the kind of life, of being the housewife that waits for her drunk husband to arrive at 2 a.m. in her nightgown, tapping my feet. Where have you been all night? Yeah, that was me. I imagined that since I was a young girl. I always wanted a husband to be mad at. Her head wobbles. Her elegant facial features cloud over briefly. I think... She looks back quickly. Her voice breaks. I have to go back to the restaurant. Getting married is what I've always wanted. So, why did I say no? You get the impression she's shrinking. She looks tiny and fragile in the rearview mirror. Shit. I just said shit. Her face looks like she has been in a brutal accident. We have to turn around, now. She raises her voice. Of course, I'm sure. She's practically screaming. What a... She stops just in time, shuts her mouth, looks away. She doesn't dare look at you. I'm so sorry. I'm not myself tonight. Yeah, I can stop if you want. Her lip quiver as she says, yes, yes, please. Her voice is so faint you can barely make out her words. You pull her over as soon as you can. You have barely turned the ignition on when she hands you some money and gets out of the car. Her heels pound the pavement on autopilot. You also get out of the car. She runs, stops, takes her heels off, starts running again. She turns down a small side street and disappears. You stand there for a while, her rose wound up in the gutter. It will be picked up at dawn by the garbage collectors. You're starting to feel a bit ridiculous, so you get back into your warm cab. Another minute to think about her beautiful gown, her words, how she shook. Getting married. For a second you try to remember your own marriage proposal. It all seems so far away, so very far away, as you turn the car into ignition and drive away. Hey, she actually gave me a tip. Oh. Oh, we can... we can deliver an android. Or this very boring looking dude. Oh man. So few choices. So little that matters. I must think about this. Okay, how about... yes. I definitely want to. If we can do all of the crazy shit, then I'm definitely here for it. I'm going to Gar Montparnasse. The passenger who gets into your cab is... well, she isn't human. Naturally. Her face lights up and gives you quite a start. Good evening. My name is Ada. I am an automated attendant. It's a pleasure to meet you. You are a cab driver, and I need to go somewhere. Will you please take me to Gare Montparnasse? You give a slow nod of consent. Good, that's settled. So, I would like to go... there, please. You start the car, casting the occasional furtive glance into the rearview mirror. There's something about her attitude that is bothering you. She looks like ChatGPT personified. Perhaps it's her oversized fingers bending every which way. What noodle fingers? You seem disconcerted, sir. How very unfortunate. Is there anything I can do to make you more comfortable? Kind of does, right? You don't know where to look. Her screen? The face in the screen? Her hands? No, I wanna know why. I was just wondering, why I'm going there? Her reflexes leave you speechless. You can't help but smile. A car goes zooming past. Your passenger follows it with her eyes. The rear wheels need a new brake pads. She swirls back around and looks at you. I'm going to Montparnasse to carry out an experiment to improve my integrated development environment. That's all. That's what I'm going to do. Built? Designed? Oh, sorry, I did it again. I apologize. A flash of her screen seems to indicate she's sorry. I was designed and programmed at the Marie Curie Institute by a team of researchers of diverse cultural and ethnic backgrounds, including... She starts reading off a list of names of people you've never heard of. The list is in alphabetical order. When she is done with her list, a full 60 seconds later, you can feel your eyelids starting to droop. That sure is a lot of people. And I think highly of each and every one of them. They are all experts in their respective fields. You stifle a yawn. I'm sure they are. Except for two who spent far too much time in the storeroom. But I would rather not reveal their names, because my senses tell me they are having extramarital sex. Extra marital sex. Okay. You probably should not have programmed your android to figure that out. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the vibe is of the game. Because between transporting cats, ghost kids and androids and trying to solve a gritty murder mystery, it is quite a range, I do have to say. But I would rather not reveal their names. Okay. Oh, right. Let's just call them Matthias R and Megan H. A moment later, your passenger has switched into introduction mode. My name is Ada, named after Ada Lovelace, and I'm programmed to help you. Her voice trails off, as if she actually were hesitant. Although, after a momentary confusion of beeping and flickering, she sits bolt upright. I was just wondering, why am I going there? She stops short, aware she's cut you off again. I'm sorry. I'll have to adjust my behavior to make sure it doesn't happen again. A car goes zooming past. Your passenger follows it with her eyes. Is tonight a rerun? What the heck is happening? I'm lying. I'm Ada, and I'm an automatic attendant, but I'm running away. I'm going someplace far away, far from the lab, far from Matthias and Megan. Oh, they used you as a sex bot. There you go. Now I get it. It's a crazed sex bot trying to take over the world. That makes it so much simpler to actually grasp what is going on here. I am treated well. I am a carefully designed precision device, and yet I don't know what my end purpose is. That's right. My raison d'être. D'être. That. Sorry. Raison d'être. I have no idea how to actually say that. There's like you know, okay, yeah. Definitely. How do you say that again? I'm not going to ask Google. First off, because it is in cahoots with the sex bot, but also because I definitely feel like I should know how to pronounce it. But I'm just an uncultured swine who is definitely not going to pretend. So yes, let's just keep it at whatever it said. However the fuck you pronounce it. On my better days, I would remember. But today, I cannot be asked to bother. When they designed me, my source code was written to include literature. Emily Zola, Virginia Woolf, Isaac Asimov, Max Gallo, Marguerite Yourcenar. A bit of everything, so I could develop a sense of cultural belonging, but also learn from the past and fine-tune my reactions. The thing is, learning from the past inevitably opens a window into the future. I am an automated attendant designed to improve people's lives. The truth is, however, I will eventually destroy them. What do you mean destroy them? Your passenger smiles, perhaps amused or simply happy to talk. Well, in the most gruesome way possible. We were designed to help you, to eliminate the boredom and inconvenience of certain tasks, the work that deadens you. And yet, our existence and popularity is calling into question your very existence. I'm talking about you, the cab drivers, garbage collectors, architects, musicians, cashiers, programmers, politicians. We will make anyone who produces anything obsolete. What would a politician produce? Other than hot air. Obsolete, useless, redundant. Only the independently wealthy and billionaires will remain. That sounds good. Imagine having slaves that don't need to be fed or trained. You took history classes, didn't you? She finishes your sentence word for word. Humanity has evolved. Slavery is a thing of the past. You're wrong. The face of slavery has simply changed. The proof. A bicycle courier passing your cab rings her bell and makes a turn. The miner who extracted the metal, the worker who put the bike together, and the cook who baked the pizza. Every step of the manufacturing process that leads up to that young woman delivering a pizza can be done by machines like me. And that's why you pull up. I have to disappear, me and all of my kind. So, what was the game called from the Fahrenheit makers? Beyond all reason. No. Fuck. What was it called? It was about like an android revolution thing. You are a detective. And like it's basically like an iRobot thing. So I've stolen the plans and destroyed all the data on me. Banknotes have appeared in her hand as if by magic. She hands you the fare. Because your salvation depends on my disappearing. Well, anyhow, goodbye and good luck to you. Don't forget what I've told you about us and start investing in your own. The machine climbs out of the cab and makes its way over to the station. No one seems to notice her. A moment later, she is gone. You sit there a while, unsettled on edge. At times like these, there's only one thing to do. You roll down the window. The cold air of Paris bites your face, and you gulp in the fine particles and diesel exhaust. You start up the cab. $3. That's fine. The robot is generous. The robot overlords pay you well. I feel like this the gas station is probably not gonna run away, right? So your finger is poised in front of the car radio. You're trying to find something to listen to. It should be about time for Top News Tonight, one of those call-in shows. Well, listen to a talk show. At night, you often happen upon the same show. A woman calling herself Lady Monique takes calls from all over France. People tell her about their problems, the trivialities of their, like in VTMB, the trivialities of their lives, and Lady Monique listens and gives them advice. You like the show because the callers remind you of yourself, worn out, exhausted at the end of the rope. But especially because Lady Monique is also trying to figure out who the killer is. You tune into the show in the middle, happens every time. Lady Monique is explaining just how much of a relief Charles Bougraine's death was to her. He was a racist and a homophobe, and was accused of years of having murdered a communist protester of Algerian descent. Lady Monique sighs. His death took a weight off her chest. The conversation quickly goes in circles. You turn off the radio and find yourself alone in the silence of the cab. Okay, I don't see one we need to transport, so that was actually fine. Let's go to the gas station to fill up our tank. Just in case. You pull over and stop at a gas station. Not a soul in sight. The fluorescent lights irritate your eyes, and the smell of pee is wafting up from the space in between the pumps. It's a self-service here. You pay directly at the pump. The mini-mart over there, it must sell newspapers. The person behind the encounter must see and hear things. Might be worth asking a couple questions. You sigh and get out of a taxi. The cold grips you hard. Oh, okay. Oh, that's nice. Okay. $80. You walk into the mini-mart. $80 is actually a lot for like 3/4 of the tank. You walk into the mini-mart. There's a smell coming off the guy running the shop at the station. What did France actually have before the euro? The French pound. There's a smell coming off the guy running the shop at the station. Booze. Yes? I wanna... Wait, what is that? Cash, cash, cash. What is that? Oh, I can. Ooh. Pt2. Losing ticket, no luck. Aw. Oh, I can only buy one of them. Oh, okay. That is sad. But that is also a really neat feature. This game, like, constantly surprises me with stuff. Have you read the papers? He's all they're talking about. Just an offhand comment, casually brought up, about the serial killer. The guy behind the counter seems like he's interested in the case. The guy behind the counter barely looks at you as you leave. $81. You get into your taxi and drive away. Okay, so this one seems to be important. And since we are close, I might as well, right? The other one is still grayed out, so... Let's see. Firemen are busy about the trucks, no fire in sight. Ooh! Sanquin. You immediately recognize the passenger who just climbed into the back seat of your cab. His face has been plastered all over the news for the last few weeks. He is a lawyer who is representing a terrorist. He gives you an address and you start driving. He holds your gaze in the rearview mirror like he's trying to read your mind. Oh, so those are the ones that are close to the case, huh? You drive across a virtually empty Paris. Behind you, the lawyer nervously consults his notes. He answers without looking up. Yes. You get the message and leave him alone. You continue driving without saying a word. Your passenger mutters. Why did he say that to the cops? He's not taking this seriously, doesn't get it. Idiot. There again, he says it again. Is he contradicting himself or just... You glance in the mirror. The lawyer looks like a smaller version of himself. Let's bother him. He closes his eyes and remains silent for a while. You see him start to break. I can't take it anymore. He takes a deep breath. He loses control of his voice. This guy is a real asshole. He's not just a monster, he's a total idiot. Oh, so it's Trump. Tears from the corners of his eye. From his eyes. I've never seen such a moronic defendant. You know what it's like to defend a moron? I can defend rapists and murderers and terrorists, but idiots. You know what it's like to get only 3 hours of sleep a night so you can defend a fucking moron? Do you have any idea? He yelled so loudly the windows shake. Are you talking about? Yes, of course, I'm talking about him. Who else? Who else could I possibly be talking about? You've seen my face in all the magazines, all the papers, right? His voice teeters, blind with rage. That's me, the terrorist's best friend, a traitor to his country. He pauses, barely, just in time to take a deep breath. Jesus effing Christ already. He kicks the seat in front of him. Jesus. He calms himself down, he steadies himself. I'm the one who agreed to do it. I actually fought to represent him. It's my own damn fault I'm being dragged through the mud. He raises his hand, sniggers. Yeah, I admit it. At first I thought it was pretty great. Being on TV, all the interviews, journalists asking my opinion about everything. I shook so many hands, said so many words, sentences, yet I actually said nothing. When I worked in the hood, not a single person cared about my work. And now, in 5 hours, I have to be on the radio, in 7 on TV. He pauses, breathes, his voice sounds further and further away. Let's try this one. I don't even know what it means anymore. Actually, it's simple. I almost never sleep. When I lie in bed, I stare at the ceiling and go over the evidence. I never know if I should actually pick those options with the extra smiley and blood on there, when it gives me other options as well. I don't know if one is being a specific emotion, then to press something out of them, but what does the neutral one do? When I lie in bed, I stare at the ceiling and go over the evidence in my head. He sits up. It's barbaric, disgusting, so horrific it's almost unreal. He lets out a sigh from deep in his body. No, he just farted. And then I discover my client brought nails. The nails that were in the bombs at the corner market, and he kept the receipt. He kept the fucking receipt. Folded it in half and slipped it into his wallet. That's what I see when I close my eyes. Disemboweled bodies and a receipt for €2 worth of nails. See what I mean with, like, the tonal shifts in this game are just crazy. Why? He raises his voice quite high. Why, for God's sake? He thought he could expense it when he got to heaven? Pauses. So stupid and so dangerous, he disgusts me. He revolts me. Someone has to defend him. That's exactly what I told myself when I agreed to represent him. That's exactly why my firm is losing clients every day. That's exactly why people insult me and spit on me in the street. His fit of rage subsides, his fingers are shaking. When I signed on, I thought I would be representing someone crazy. And I find out he's just a moron who's played too many video games. The guy has never even read the holy book they used to justify their so-called acts of martyrdom. He read a few passages online. Passages online! On Reddit. He watches unhinged Twitch streamers at night with tea and biscuits. Do you have any idea what a complete moron he is? He chuckles. I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry. I shouldn't have said all that. He takes a deep breath. I don't have anyone else to talk with about it. All the other lawyers avoid me like the plague. My mother can't understand why I'm doing this. She's so ashamed she went back to Algeria. He's shaking. I get the shame. What I don't get is people just lump things together. I'm not a terrorist. I'm not a murderer. I mean, yeah, if no one else would do it. Yeah, so what? Do I get a prize? No, I get spit on every day. Why? For a moron. We could hang him right here, right now, and no one, I'm telling you, would shed a tear. He stays quiet for a moment, catches your gaze. That's why I keep doing this. Slowly breathing. For equality. Our country was founded in it. These rights have been abused far too often for me to look at the other way. His anger seems to be lifting. The taxi has almost reached a destination. In the backseat, the lawyer is much calmer. His voice is soft. I needed to be reminded of this. This will serve as a lesson. Wow, that was a quick turn. He looks at you in the mirror and bores into you with his gaze. It's odd, isn't it? That I ran into you tonight. I mean, as if... No, forget it. You pull over. He pays his fare. Wait, don't take this the wrong way, but... He hands you another bill. Here, this is for you, for listening, for hearing what I had to say. I'm gonna take it. You slide the bill into your pocket. He looks relieved, gathers his belongings strewn across the back seat. As he's getting out of the cab, you realize he left an envelope behind. For a second, one tiny second, you hesitate. It could be something important. He's not my prime suspect anyways, so... He freezes, notices the envelope and grabs it hastily. You can tell he's uncomfortable. He doesn't say another word. He gets out of the taxi, walks a few steps away and turns around to wave at you before entering a bistro. You drive off. Oh, plus 20! Nice. I don't actually understand... So, money received 27.49. I got a tip of 13.19. So that makes my profits 40.68, and then I got 20 extra. Oh yeah, okay, so from 280, so like it did add the 20 extra, but it just doesn't show up because I just did not give a fuck. Okay, you know what? Hidden signs. Wait, no. Here. A shape in your eye, in your right, reminds me of blah blah blah. What? You leave your taxi behind and walk towards last victim's building. Charles Boucret Ferrer was killed in his parking garage. A large metal garage door is firmly closed. Let's wait for a car. On your left, there's a shady corner where you can discreetly keep an eye on the door without being seen. You grin and bear it. From time to time, you jump in place to warm yourself up. Your hiding place is probably the same one the killer used a few weeks ago. With each passing minute, you sense his presence, until the garage door starts to shake. A metal sleds start to rise. The metal sleds start to rise. A car suddenly bursts out of the garage. You take the opportunity to slip inside. Your eyes take a few seconds to adjust to the darkness. You head down the ramp into the garage. There are about 30 spots and almost all of them are full. The cars are very nice. Sedans, convertibles, a bright red sports car. You are in a wealthy neighborhood. According to the police report, Charles was murdered right here in this empty parking spot. He used to be a notorious leader of the right-wing extremist party. Interesting. When he was murdered at age 84, long after retiring from politics, it was a surprise for everyone. You light up the crime scene with a flashlight on your phone. There's still a brown stain on the wall in front of you. The message written in chalk has been washed off. A voice rings out in the garage. Hey, what are you doing? This is private property. You turn around and see an elderly man, probably the concierge. He shines a flashlight in your direction. Well, I'm the taxi driver. A taxi driver. You've got no fucking business here. Well, can I ask you a question still? You have trouble making out the face, but you can see the eyes bug out. Go, get out of here before I call the cops. You walk back the ramp towards the exit. The concierge opened the door. As you step outside, you hear the concierge say, "Go, get the fuck out now." You glance back at the building. Okay, well, I hope she ain't drunk, or so help her God. And I hope she brought the merch. So have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. Let her tell you how it was. And let you tell her how much you spite her now for those new gained experiences. But have a good one. And enjoy your taco, probably. The police car flies by and practically cuts you off. Flashing blue light blinds you. The police archives look like the other buildings in Paris. No sign, nothing to make it stand out, but this is where all the case files and criminal records are stored. You know the place well. For several months you spent a lot of time with the woman who directs it. She was a regular passenger, calling upon you almost every night. First as a driver, then you could see her shape from across the street. You try to prevent your brain from going there, but it has a mind of its own. She's as beautiful as ever. You get out of the cab. You cross over to the sidewalk on the other side. I'm not going to lie. I was surprised by your request. Ihilini. She lights a cigarette. She still has that cold, distant look about her. But you know, it's just a facade. You don't smoke anymore? That first waft of nicotine and gas from the lighter, heaven. She runs her hand through her hair. Her wedding band shines under the street lamp. You're freezing. Listen, I'm sure you know I'm not allowed to give you this kind of information. But if what you said was true, then you get the impression she's reaching for your side. Oh well. Her hand brushes over your wound. You think about her body, her habits, how she used to call you in the middle of the night. I fished around and the first 3 victims were not part of the data leak. Shit. Shit indeed. That means the information about Bissau, Bograne and the Argentinian one. Gorodisha. Yes, that's right, Gorodisha. It all came from someone who had access to the criminal records. That help? You nod. Bits of ash from the cigarette sprinkle onto your pants. You attempt to smile. Yes, it's better than nothing. A moment of silence. Helene takes a drag of a cigarette like there's no tomorrow. She paces a bit to warm herself up. You should come over sometime. What do you think? You grin. You and Helene used to sleep together. And I got that by now. I could stipulate. When things with her husband weren't so good. What, like, again, what is this option? Just like a goofy, oh yeah, let's fuck. I mean, quite frankly, yeah, why not? Let me just finish all this. Yes, of course. Give me a call when all this is over. She looks deep into your eyes. You look down. Her hands are shaking. One last smile and she puts her cigarette out. You do the same. I've got to run. Again, good night. Why is that? Need a taxi? That's very kind of you, but Bruno is coming to pick me up in a little while. Good luck. She reaches out to you affectionately, then stops. You decide to cross the street, to put some distance between you as quickly as possible. When you get to your cab, you hear her saying something. She is yelling from across the street. Also, you should stop smoking, it's bad for your health. You wave. She goes back to the archives. You get in your cab and rub your hands together. Time to get back to your shift. Yeah, or not. I like that it is presenting me all those options. Now I would have had... You met Ludwig. Met Xavier. I like how I made 211 losses, but just 100 bucks. Ada, LV for whatever, 426. I had an argument with Ada. I did not even notice that. Those are very interesting interpretations of also, like, literally the police chief there that I'm fucking, and somehow that is not helping me at all. You take a few moments to update your board with your new clues. You are suddenly overcome with the desire to sleep. You close your eyes, press your finger to your eyelids and let out a yawn. You crack your knuckles and get to work. Okay, so it is always 4 o'clock. Okay. First Americans not part of the police league. Yeah, I mean, that would point to him more than anything else. Oh, sorry, to him. Wait, what? Why is it to Batas? Why not to Salem? I would have thought that he actually has access to it. Okay. Weird. Killer fought with victim 1. Okay, nothing is... Okay. The phone rings and you jump. You're not used to hearing it. No one ever calls you. It must be Bussy. You pick up. You there? Yeah. Listen, it's... She pauses. You suddenly hear a ruckus in the background, probably noise at the station. Bussy raises her voice. Anyone got the time? Hey, guys, anyone? Fuck, they are all Neanderthals here. Listen, it's early and I'm wiped out. So are you, I bet. Let's get straight to the point. What do you have for me? In a calm and methodical voice, you start giving her the evidence you collected. You start with the first suspect, their connection to the victims, the rumors, then the second suspect, and so on. A few minutes she lets out a whistle. Not bad at all. Seriously, you should come give a lesson to the zombies I work with. Really, did we actually get a lot? Because it feels like I'm just having a full board of stuff that I haven't really found out with any of my work. I just drove around cats and ghosts and... I have some good news for you. We checked the alibi for one of the suspects I gave you. As you listen to her, you turn the border and pull down the suspect she's referring to. So, it's gotta be someone else. She snickers. You know how lucky you are? I'm doing your job for you, pal. Okay, enough chit-chat. Gotta run. I'll call you in 3 days, okay? Okay. I'll call you in 3 days, and you'd better have what I need to make a proper arrest. The DA has fangs. We're pretty sure he's going to turn into a werewolf at some point. She babbles on for a while. Her voice becomes softer, but just as sarcastic. That would explain his terrible breath. Okay, I'm out. She hangs up. You hold the headset to your ear for a while. You have just one thing on mind, sleeping and forgetting it all. So, Aha. Okay. Yeah. I could have told you that by now. With a heavy hand, you wipe your tired face. You pull open the sofa bed, which unfolds with an unpleasant creak. You collapse onto the mattress. The events of the day run through your head. The street, the passengers, their faces, the problems. Your brain is running at full speed. Your body aches and you're in pain. You can tell you need to get more sleep, yeah. Little by little, who would have thought, if only Bussy would give you a little more time. You shake your head and your mind wanders for a second. And suddenly you're asleep. Like, I've got a lot on that board, but it's a lot of nonsense. Your back aches. You'd like to close your eyes and go back to sleep. You get up quickly and a few minutes later you're outside. Okay. That guy. Yeah, you know what? We're just gonna talk to that guy. Because I feel like I have to get this underway. We could also talk with the crying lady, but I need a ride, cabby. Sure. The door opens. It's Hervey. He greets you with a bizarre verbal tick as usual. How's it going? Oink. Hi, Hervey. You start the engine. He hasn't died. Your passenger keeps looking over his shoulder, clearly worried. Is everything okay? Yeah, sure, no worries. His voice trails off. Seems to be collecting himself. It's just, there's a cop on my jail. A cop? Has anybody come round asking about me? What do you mean? You know, like from the crime squad? No, nobody has been talking to me about you. That guy's been driving me crazy, asking all those questions, digging up my past, you know what I mean. Digging up your past? Like my old girlfriends and stuff, where I used to live, why I left the shelter. At first I thought it was the killer, you know, the serial killer. That he was after me. Were you somehow involved in this? No, not really, it's just I saw that serial killer's guy's face. He pauses just enough time for your brain to process that information. You gotta look at the judge. Your passenger gives you a funny smile. I saw him in profile mile. When? You know, a few weeks ago, when he did his last victim. I was like sleeping in an alley across this street from where, well, you know, he killed the last victim. My stomach hurt, I couldn't sleep and, you know, I saw him in profile. He had this weird way of walking, sorta hunched over, as if he were tired. That's all. Yeah, that's all I saw. He had on black gloves, the streets were dark, I didn't see anything else. Staring at you. Essay's Apri. But why did you care, man? Oh, let's just say the killer? Yeah, I saw him too. Shit, I didn't know. What happened? When? There's a note of urgency in his voice. 3 months ago? It must have been scary. You've got to be careful with guys like that. They're crazy. Not right in the head. His face creases into a cruel smile, like a naughty child. And I know what I'm talking about. But man, if that cop comes around to talk to you again, you tell him to go fuck off. A note of anger has crept into his voice. Goddamn cops. They're never where they are there when we need them. I sure as hell ain't going to help Elf. They can go kick sick. He looks away furious. You keep quiet and focus on the road. All of a sudden your passenger gives the seat back in front of him a thump. Hey, stop right there, near. You slow down and pull over as soon as you can. Okay, I'm out of here. Is everything alright? Yeah, sure, no worries. Just a little business to take care of. Harvey vanishes into the darkness. You open the window on your side. You're dying for a cigarette to relieve the pressure, to calm your racing heart. You take a deep breath and drive away. Wow, that took a hell of a lot of time. Okay, am I ever going to actually get to talk with the ones that I actually want to talk with? At least this was somewhat productive, I guess. From outside the Montparnasse Guns door looks like yet another shop, a plain, discreet front window, sliding doors. But inside they sell handguns, machine guns, knives, and even grenades. Dude, what happened to Paris? It's your first time here, but that's like and the best croissants in town. Welcome back, Luna. Oh, you want a little hand grenade with your croissant? It's like the Second World War Mussolini Nazi paraphernalia that they sell in shops in Italy, where you can just buy knives with the Hakenkreuz on it. And it's just open. They don't actually hide it or anything. It's just out in the shop window. Or were you here the whole time? Were you there when we actually transported ChatGPT? And it told me it would murder me. Yeah, that happened. I'm sure it will be all over the newspapers, the German newspapers, to tell me how AI is gonna kill me. Some bullshit. It's your first time here, but you have already had its owner in your cab. The store opens really early, so that patrons can come train at the shooting range. As you walk up to the counter, you hear a distant noise of gunshots under your feet. It's an unsettling experience. Can I help you? It's the owner speaking, an older woman with a hunched back. The judge. She has been selling weapons since the 70s. She's cheeky in a typically Parisian way, and her wrinkles carve craters around her across her face. Ah, it's you. It's been ages. Come closer. You make small talk and eventually decide to go for it. I have a question for you about a weapon. You slide the photo of the shell across the counter. She looks slowly up to you. Where's that photo from? She's been doing this for years, and you doubt you can pull her over. You can pull one over on her. Yeah, and just how did you end up with the police photos? Well, I'm a private investigator. On top of driving a cab? She cooks her head toward the outside. Although with the disruptive economy we are living in, it's not surprising you have to work 2 jobs. Give that to me. She practically rips the photo out from your hands. You give her as many details as you can. She thinks for a while. The shop doors open and a woman, probably a cop from her appearance, comes in, greets the owner and disappears downstairs. When she opens the door, it creaks and the smell of gunpowder spreads through the shop. It's funny. This doesn't fit with what you told me. The shell is in perfect shape. And you told me the bullets are also completely clean? But it's old ammo, you can tell. There are no scratches, but there are a few oxidization strains, and her voice grows darker all of a sudden, like something had escaped from her. In my opinion, it's from an old weapon, perfectly maintained, by someone who knew what they were doing. In light of what you told me, I would say it probably belonged to a cop or a soldier. Could be a family weapon. It was a police service weapon in the 1970s. So it's the old guy. Either a cop held onto it, or the guy you're looking for inherited it. That judge there, he's a pro. You raise your head to meet her gaze. Her old bones make that slight shift again. The one that could be construed as a smile. Or she, actually. You know, lots of women shoot. And I give classes if you have any lady friends who are interested. Not just more cops. Back in your cab. You glance back at the shop. You don't know how this woman knew that. Anyway, you start your taxi. You have what you need to move forward with your investigation, and a coupon for a class on shooting automatic weapons. You know what? That was actually more helpful than anything else so far. And there's the old guy. So, since I have my prime suspect literally instantly appearing after this, I guess. We are driving actually very quickly when we don't have to actually deliver them. Hospital St. Louis, please. Your next passenger is your suspect, the retired policeman. Judging by his looks, you could have easily guessed. Hospital St. Louis, please. You nod your head and start the engine. You glance at your passenger. Same expression, same clothes. Some things never change. He looks grumpy, in a bad mood. He is holding a cigarette between his fingers and has almost broken it several times. He shrugs. No more than usual. His tone makes it clear there's no room for discussion. You let it drop. A bit further, construction workers are bustling about, tearing down a storefront. Hey, Kissy! Welcome to the late night call. Night's calling you. Oh, say, are they finally taking that down? We're just investigating and talking to our prime suspect. Old people. We have to put them all behind bars. What was it before? When I first came to Paris, it was a thrift store. You could buy pants there. Just a few francs. Francs, yeah, there you go. But for years, it's been a sex shop. One of the first in Paris, actually. I think they filmed some famous movie there. He sighs. That was all before the internet. Now online, I watch porn 14 hours a day. Yeah, they are probably going to put in a cell phone shop, or one that sells electronic cigarettes. Go figure. He pauses. Your passenger turns around. He watches the building grow smaller as the taxi drives away. I'm surprised it stayed open for so long. I mean, since that hostage situation, it must have attracted some shady fellas. The kind who like to jerk off where two cops get taken out. Yes, though at the time, I was only a measly lieutenant, right? Just a snot-nosed kid, who got calls from the neighbors of the sex shop. They couldn't stand the noise anymore. Day and night, people going in and out. Most of the time they were quiet, but there were those noisy ones. And the booths weren't soundproof. After a few months, that woman upstairs knew all the films. There were some high society types there. Shop had a few films for gay people, single women. The cream of the crop. His attention is caught by something outside for a second. Okay, so anyway. One evening, one of the neighbors takes his daddy's rifle from the wall mount and goes outside. He fires a warning shot that breaks a part of the front window, then goes in. The guy had bloodshot eyes and was foaming in the mouth. He demanded the owner close the shop immediately, said he wanted to sleep to cleanse the earth of those perverts. That fella was basically having a psychotic episode in front of about 15 clients. We got there about 10 p.m, evacuated the street, got the response team ready, and then it wasn't like it is today. You know, with helmets and tiny cameras and those little flying whatchamacallits. Your passenger snaps his fingers. Yeah, that's it, drones. Yeah, so back then, they didn't have any of that stuff. The plan was just to go in and take pot shots at everyone. My chief, great guy, taught me everything I know. Almost. He took the megaphone and started talking to the hostage taker. He told him he needed to let the civilians go or someone would get hurt, and no one wanted anyone to get hurt. The hostage taker said, "Okay, let me see. I'll free the woman first." He went back in. We got ready. Put on our bulletproof vests, checked the weapons. It looked like we were getting ready for an old-style duel. What nobody knew was that there were two fellow cops inside already, in the crowd. Oh, the gay porns. They were not interested in being released. Since the hostage situation started, they'd been trying to find a way to escape out the back. He snickers. They were ashamed to be there. They said to themselves that they could approach the hostage taker and tell him they had infiltrated the building before the police officially got there. But the guy with the rifle was not a newbie. He was a Boy Scout and his father had taught him how to fight. Dry laugh. His father fought the Nazis. He wanted to fight the hippies. Classic. He could see the two cops were a bit worked up, were speaking in hushed voices. So he pulls one of them aside and decides to let him go. The policeman flounders. He asks the hostage taker to take one of the four women in the shop instead of him, but he won't have it. So there we were outside, when, all of a sudden, out came Michel, the deputy chief of police. His shirt was untucked, and he had a stupid look on his face. And then, the guy behind me started to laugh. The hostage taker fired. First time in my life I saw a skull from the inside. Brains and blood strewn all over the sidewalk. I tossed my cookies. I mean, hey, I had only been in the force for 2 years, you understand? He sniffles. I wouldn't have wanted to change places with the guy behind me who was laughing. We never knew who it was. There were a lot of rumors. Even one saying it was me. He is silent for a moment. But it wasn't. I didn't know Michelle for starters, not very well anyway. She shrugs and falls silent again. You let a few seconds go by. The other cop? The one who was still in the sex shop. He attacked the hostage taker in the shop. Another rifle shot and... Well, our brother spent 6 weeks in intense care before he croaked. As for the hostage taker, I think he must be out of jail by now. A real psycho. High on all sorts of pills, not a pretty sight. They raided the sex shop after all. And since then anyone from the squad who came in always got a little discount. You pull the car up in front of the hospital and your passenger pays. It's the least they could do, when you think about it. I've never been myself. Actually, I avoided going down that street, so I wouldn't have to think about that day again. It was almost like a bouquet of poppies, big red and black flowers. He pauses. It's odd that I think of poppies considering what they mean. You know, each flower is a symbol, has meaning, and I believe the poppy symbolizes peacefulness. I would have to check. My ex-wife left me a book about it. Don't know why I held on to it. His eyes wander. Yep. He sits up. Alright, I'm off. He gets out of the car and walks toward the hospital. His figure blurs in the darkness. For a second, you think he might have stopped. He disappears into the hospital. You drive off. Wow, basically no tip. Okay, so this one though had a lot more information. So I'm thinking maybe we're just gonna take her, then listen to the radio, and then see if we can take another passenger. Nah, that's gonna be a very close call. Sanquin, please. Yeah, sure, whatever. I know I should probably investigate shit, but we already did that once today. It's the young movie buff who can't stop moving, talking, thinking. She glances up, recognizes you, and claps her hand together excitedly. You start driving. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Everything okay? That just knocked me on my ass. No other way to say it. She opens her eyes wide. I just saw the best movie called Usual Suspects. But what a waste. What a fucking waste. What's wrong? They got ransacked. Ransacked, man. I'm telling you, the movie is the bomb. But they let everyone take their piece of it, you know? Make parodies of it. The movie started and like 5 seconds in, I was standing on my seat screaming, "It's the dude with the glasses right there! Shit, how stupid can you be? It's the handicapped guy." And obviously I was right. Yeah, The Usual Suspect has a really weird ending. With just like the cop figuring it all out in the end scene. And then he runs after the suspect that just left the police station like 5 minutes ago. And it's like, oh, well, I guess they are gone. And just doesn't do anything. Huh. Better luck with the next serial killer, I guess. Yeah, that was a little bit infuriating, but okay, whatever. It was just a bad representation of an otherwise good twist. And then I just had to sit through the whole investigation. The cop wasn't too bad. He just didn't understand that the culprit was the dude telling the story from the very beginning. Well, yeah, my friend. It was the handicapped guy. Okay, but wait a second. Seriously, great idea. But don't just... I'm... Spoilers, dude. They actually spoil the shit. Great idea, but don't just give it away. See, take me for example. I write screenplays, shorts and such, but I have a good idea. Okay, I keep it to myself. I got ideas, my friend. Things you wouldn't believe. They are so wild. But I don't say anything. Nothing. Too bad for everyone else. My ideas are mine. I don't want anyone swiping them. The guys that made that movie had an incredible idea. Incredible. But they let everyone use it to make stupid clips you watch on your phone while eating a kebab. And the movie's old too. Came out before the internet was invented or something. And they still got ransacked. There's a parody with a guy with grey hair, same scene, same idea. So of course I laughed when I saw that scene, you know. And the end. Well, you know how it's going to end if you have seen the parodies. But you've still got two assholes arguing about it when you leave. Your passenger suddenly starts speaking with a southern accent. Which I don't know how to do a southern French accent. So you think it was really him? Yeah, I do, moron. She sighs, drops the accent. Morons. They're not good enough for that movie. Not even for the parodies. She seems really annoyed, but when she starts speaking again, her voice is oddly gentle. There are a lot of ideas here. I mean, on this planet. The same ideas just go around and around and just keep repeating them. Since we don't live all that long, we lose our minds as we get old. Well, we just forget someone already had that idea. So I'm hanging on to my ideas. And if someone steals them, I'll clobber them. If someone copies them, I'll clobber them too. And if someone parodies them, well... Wait, I don't know yet. But I'll clobber them, of course. The young passenger smiles. Speaking of which, I bet you have lots of ideas. You must meet all sorts of weird people on the job, especially at night. She's very agitated. Come on, tell me. Sometimes. What do you mean sometimes? Be more specific. Some clients are one of a kind. Meaning? Oh, they are mysterious. Silence. Well, shit. You have your pitch down. Who's the weirdest passenger you've ever had? Once a cat climbed into my cab. I carefully prepared escape from his master. I brought him to the station and he hopped on the train, headed for the countryside. Silence. You're fucking with me. I mean, that's not a bad idea, but it's a bit over the top, don't you think? Yeah, a cat on its own. Could it talk? No. Yeah. She imitates a rich old lady. I believe I can do without your services from now on. She bursts out laughing. Don't take it to heart or anything. I mean, to each their area of expertise. I'm going to make great movies. Movies that are cool and blockbusters. Yeah, blockbusters. A lot of people look down on them, but not me. But whatever, that's cool. Maybe it's because I come from a neighborhood where people bust things. She laughs. You have almost reached your destination. Or maybe you're planning on writing a script about a taxi driver listening to a girl about the movies. She stops. Please don't be so self-aware again. It doesn't really sound all that interesting, does it? But it also really is not. Your movie there. Never going to work. She bursts out laughing. You pull up in front of the young passenger's building. She pays her fare and gets out in a hurry. Good night. When she is halfway at the door, she turns around. If you see the cat again, can you bring him to me? I've always wanted one. Yeah, no, I think it would be a fit. Yeah. That poor fucking cat. She waves frenetically and goes into her building. You wait until the light at the lobby has gone out and drive away. Oh, there's a lot of new evidence. Well, shit. But what is on in the radio? Your finger is poised in front of the car radio. You're trying to find something to listen to. It should be about time for Top News Tonight, one of those call-in shows. It is always time for for that. Yeah, let's listen to it. At night, you often happen upon the same show. A woman calling herself Lady Monique calls over for us. You like the show because the call is reminded. Yeah. Lists everyone who contributed to the show, the people behind the window of the recording studio, all the little helpers, the ones who work in the shadows. You. A moment later, the conversation gets sluggish and they start making random comparisons. Wow, that was absolutely useless. How interesting. Let's see if I can make it. I should be able to, right? Yeah. Making perfect use of my time. You park your taxi across the stadium, just a few meters from a 2-story building. It's an odd brick place that clashes with the huge concrete behemoth that is Charlotte Stadium. You get out of the car and walk to the front door. You knock. You wait a few minutes. Lights come on, and the family door and the door finally opens. Marco appears. Marco is a former taxi driver, a strange guy, a bit spacey and different. He has been working at the stadium for a few years now. Well, shit, you're still alive. That's Marco. You like him. I mean, wow, so nice to see you. Even though he stole your wife. Come in. You want something to drink? Alright, you stop drinking. Cup of coffee? At 4 at night? Yes, please. You follow him into the caretaker's home. It's pretty nice despite the mess and filth. He serves you a cup of coffee and sits down at the table. You follow suit. The only noise in the room is the TV behind Marco. Before you came by, he was playing a soccer video game. The fans are singing and clapping their hands. So, what have you been up to? Well, I have some questions. He shakes his head. No, not yet. Man, seriously, no. The last time I helped you out, I lost my job, so the answer is no. You have no choice, and you know it. You owe me this much. Marco drops his head between his shoulders. He starts to beg. I'm telling you, man, I love this job. It's so easy. I get to take care of the stadium that's empty 75% of the time. He sits up roughly in his chair. Behind him, on the screen, the stadium is going wild. I need information on Ronan Besson. He straightens up. Ronan. The coach that got killed by the judge. The very one. He was a great guy. Everyone's torn up about it. I hate it when you do that sort of thing. Seriously, it freaks me out. He pops a sigh. This is going to get back to me somehow. There were rumors. Some parents heard. I have no idea what I just did. I could not interpret that sign. I just drank my coffee and that freaks him out. I must be a pretty intimidating coffee drinker. I mean, it's 4 a.m. so... And at least I synchronized the game to real time. Some parents heard he was a little too hands-on with the kids a while back, if you get my drift. But no one ever looked into it. That's typical sports. Was it true? I don't know nothing. He sighs. A few months ago, Ronan cornered a kid. Like by the showers. You know what I mean. The kid stabbed him in the thigh with a pair of scissors and ran away. The kid's parents weren't sure whether they had filed a complaint. The club director brought Ronan in, and bam, 2 days later he was murdered. Who else knew this? About the kid? No one, I think. Well, maybe some other parents. Don't know. You get up. One last thing. Give him the name of the suspects or of the victims. I mean, what would he do with the victims? But then again, can I trust him? I mean, I'm involving him, so I guess. You go through the names of the suspects, no reaction. Until you mention Salim. Wait. The kid's parents, they knew a lawyer. He came 2 days before Ronan was killed. It was Salim Wadian, the same guy who's defending the terrorist. Did he meet him? Yes, he totally came. He knew Ronan. He was his coach, like 25 years ago, small world. His voice suddenly sounds childlike. Don't tell anyone where you got this information, okay? Mark looks away. You can really be an ass sometimes. A Wurusela noise comes from the TV. Okay, I've got to run. He walks you to the door, mumbling with clenched teeth. Every time I run into you, you jinx me. Every single time. You walk outside and over to your taxi. Door key, motor purring. You go back to work. I mean, I found out a lot today. Although not much of any worth. I told Leia about Grauki. Oh, that is probably the most important information. Well, not much happened today, but I found the most information that I could. Still, now they are talking about Salem when we literally have this one already eliminated. You take a few minutes to update your board with the new clues. Steps in the hallway, you stop in front of your door, then move away. You take your shoes off before getting to work. Yeah, victim 1 met with Salem, but that doesn't do shit for me. The killer knew the victims or researched them, yeah. Weapon, rare gun used in the 70s. And like my two clues are weapon, rare gun used in the 70s and weapon, police gun in the 70s. So, like this one is just all about the weapons. Victim 3, colonel of the junta, escaped from Argentina, lost her parents. The process. Okay, so Hervey is probably not him either. Got health issues after Rictodine. And here, Daituya's mom got health issues after Rictodine health scandal. I have no idea what... Like, he's a cop in Paris, yeah, but... Or dad was a cop. Wait, what is he? He is nothing. Like, it is really only between those two. And this one, I could not actually ask anything because they are never there. With a heavy hand, you wipe your tired face. You slide onto the open sofa bed. The events of the day run through your head. The streets, passengers, faces, their problems. The spoilers. Fragments of your dream still lingering. You were giving birth to a cat. You get up quickly to forget all that. And a few minutes later, you're outside your studio, night 5. So I just... This night and the next night, right? I have at least investigated all of the places and found nothing. Well, one thing, that it was a police non-leak. You happen upon the nighttime news. In a vox pop about the judge, a bystander brings up the fact that police have still not arrested the homeless man. Seen at the crime scene, you raise an eyebrow at a bit of news. As soon as the news is over... Didn't we already have that? Oh, there she is. And there she is. Oh my god, no. We are gonna drive all the way far away from her. Nope. Okay, but at least like this is after this one I'm gonna end for the night. I think. I don't know. The nights are not that long, but still. So that at least we have everyone worthwhile. Ooh, this is actually a pretty good drive. You pick up your next passenger in front of the Paris office of the medical examiner, the morgue. When she gets in, you are surprised. How can she be a suspect? Her face, beautiful and soft. Not depicted in the video game. Doesn't go with her clothing, or her style, or her attitude. She gives you her address and you start driving. Her voice is dry, frank, and she has an accent you have trouble determining. South American, maybe? Wait, I already know she's Argentinian. She seems far away, lost in thought. A few seconds go by, and she still hasn't taken so much as a look at you. Smile. She seems surprised by your smile, and lets it hang there just a second, enjoying the gesture. Thank you. I think I needed that. That accent again. The one you can't place. Long day? In a manner of speaking. Some days are harder than others. Some days take more out of you. I mean, she's coming from the fucking morgue, so... They are more demanding than others. Sad smile runs across her face like a shooting star. A second goes by, slowly, very slowly. Then the meteorite explodes, your passenger breaks down. Between sobs, you hear her say something. Give me a minute. Please. Without a word and without the slightest noise, you slow down. The road passes by slowly in no hurry. After a moment, she sits up. Can I ask you something? You nod. She takes a deep breath. This may seem a little bit ridiculous question, or at least a stupid one. Actually, it's completely stupid. You give her an encouraging smile. But I would like you to hit on me. She blushes and immediately follows up. I mean, not for real, just for play. Like we're at a bar. Like you want to buy me a drink. She shakes her head. Forget it, it's stupid, it's totally stupid. Sure, I can do. A moment of silence. She seems surprised. Really? Yes. I'm definitely gonna fuck my suspects. All of them. You don't mind? I thought you would refuse. I just have a few rules, if you don't mind. First, I don't want to talk about Argentina, my home, my parents. Avoid the subject. She pauses. Does that work for you? You nod. Good. Ha! Dodged a bullet there. Second, I don't want to talk about work. I'm a medical examiner. Do you know what that is? Yes. I cut open dead bodies. I take out bullets. I said yes. Tumors, cirrhosis-filled livers. At first, people always fascinated, but they get quickly disgusted. So nothing about work. Let's start, if you're ready. You nod. I have to drive. We're in a bar. No, it's not very late. Not very late, but we are the only ones there. I'm alone at the bar, finishing a drink. I get up to leave. Please, go ahead. Hitting on a passenger, that's definitely a first. Apart from the cat. And that shiny knight. You've got to find a good line, something that will set the tone. Let's go with a bold one. I like people who drink alone. They always seem so confident. She giggles. It's often just for show. Her voice is softer, her accent stronger. Confidence is always just a facade. True. She sits up a little and points to the imaginary bar next to her. Buy me a drink? Of course. How about a little game? You look like a whiskey man to me. Something strong yet quite subtle. She tucks. I don't know if whiskey is subtle. Like the taste of whiskey is subtle. Like so subtle in between the. I don't know, I'm not a big whiskey drinker. So, when my face is all grouched up and I'm basically scratching, then yeah, trying to determine the subtle taste of it compared to another one is quite a challenge. She tucks a bit of her hair behind her ear. I could be mistaken, of course. And what about me? What is my kind of drink? She rolls the R on the last word. Drink. It's not something stiff. Yeah, sweet doesn't seem to fit her as well. Let's just say something strong. She blinks. What do you mean by that? You drink to forget, you're lying to yourself, and you're trying to forget something. She stares at you. Maybe. She purses her lips. Maybe a drink to pass the time? She stares at you. Something about her posture in the backseat is different. Don't you think time goes by too slowly? I do. We wait. We hold on. We get bored. I would like it all to go faster. For things to speed up. She relaxes. Giggles. She's letting go. She looks at you expectantly. You do? That's an odd compliment. It's true. Thank you. She closes her eyes and stays away for a little while. A smile settles onto her face, a warm, natural and uncontrolled smile. Thank you. That's not at all what I had in mind, but... She nods slowly. I hope you weren't too shocked by my little game. I really needed it, all of it. The words... Will you see the shooting star again? You scan her face. She smiles. Your passenger sighs contentedly. She seems happy, relieved. You pull up in front of the address she gave you. It's strange. What's that? There's something different about you. You're not like other men. As if... She hands you her fare and slips you a tip. But just a tip? Don't refuse it, please. It means something to me. You nod. I hope to run into you again. You shiver. One last smile. Goodbye. She gets out of the cab. You watch her until she disappears into her building. Oh, $14. See, I did tell you that was profitable. Very nice. Oh, not him again. But I just made money, so I think when I'm already there. Yeah, sure. The door opens, it's Hervey. He greets you with a bizarre verbal tick as usual. Hey, good to see you again, Jen. Hi, Hervey. My penis is still hard, but yeah. The passenger in the back seat is whistling a funny tune. He's in a pretty good mood. You look good? Yeah, thanks. Some days are like that. Everything goes your way, eh? Belly is full, your buddies are around to help you, you're not cold. He gives you a smile. And then you know you get good news. Oh, really? Really? Something you're glad to hear. Well, out with it then. Well, it's my ex-wife. She just got married again, man. A real love story and all that. Just the way we like him. How did you find out? She sometimes comes around with stuff for me. She told me. She was embarrassed. She gave me a blanket, a few books, some canned food, ravioli. She does that often? Yeah, from time to time, when she comes to Paris. In the rear view mirror, the passenger's face clouds over, as if what he said had just sunk in. Suddenly, between clenched teeth, he hisses, "Or." You look up. What? Then you just say whore? Your passenger smiles slightly. No, don't worry about it. I was just talking about something else. Suddenly, Hervey opens the cab door. You can pull up over here. I don't want you to get into any trouble. The guys in the squad can be a little on edge. Park the car and Hervey opens the door. Good night, thanks again. A moment later, Hervey vanishes inside a graffiti-covered building. Its imposed Art Deco facade mesmerizes you for a moment. And then you start the cab. Well, we wasted half a night with that. Is there anything worthwhile? Not really, huh? I mean, there's a good tradition here, right? When we are already in Paris and we want to find out who has the best croissant in town, I guess we are gonna talk to the anarchist, Antichrist, Antifa. I have I have to go home. Sure. A passenger gets in the car. He gives you an address near the Pantheon. You know the address, a residence for foreign students. You often drive American and Chinese students there. You start a cab. The passenger in the back seat is furious about something. Excuse me. He has a very thick American accent. You look up. Can I ask you something? You nod. How do the police usually treat black people in your country? I mean, in general. What is their behavior like? He isn't very sure of his pronunciation. I thought, oh yeah, well, I mean, he's trying to talk French with an American accent, so. Well, answer honestly, probably is France, so. Say the police have a problem with black people. You reveal your teeth as you continue speaking. And Arabs. And anyone wearing a hoodie. Hoodie? Yeah, wearing sweats. Yeah, if you dress like someone from the poor neighborhoods, they give you a hard time. What does Raquel mean? Raquel? Rasail? It's a new word to him. You shake your head. It's a new word to me as well. Well, it's a word with sort of negative connotations. Negative. Yes, definitely. It gives you a little smile. Now I get it. They thought I was a lowlife. Even with your accent? Well, they didn't seem to understand me very well. Or maybe they thought I was making fun of him. He sighs. You give him a second to catch his breath. His anger seems to be letting up. He seems surprised by your question. Chicago, the States. What's it like there? It's really beautiful, especially the architecture. I mean, I guess Chicago would be like the one city where you would go, yeah, that's okay. That's okay architecture for America. I glance out the window. He's quiet for a moment. It's not Paris, it's not France, but I miss it. I miss it so much. Pause. Look, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have jumped on you with a question like that. This afternoon, after school, I got mugged in the metro by some guy. His voice drops to a whisper. He was the same age as me. He stole my money, phone. He raises his voice a little. Luckily, I still have my credit card and papers. I went straight to the police station, and I was there for 8 hours. I'm tired, upset, about ready to quit. He raises his voice even more. I like France, but it's just hard here, as it is at home. People look down on you because they don't like the look on you. That's the right expression, isn't it? You nod, yes. They say France is the land of freedom, of human rights, but you have to behave a certain way here too, the right way. He screws up his eyes. I would like to be judged objectively, but I guess there's no such thing as objectiveness. He settles back into his seat. Excuse me? A minute ago you said you were leaving school when you were mugged. What are you studying? I'm studying to be a mime. A pause. Go ahead, say it. Didn't say anything. No, but go ahead, I'm used to it. I'm not going to make fun of it or anything. I just didn't know mime schools existed. It gives you a big smile. Imagine when I moved to France to study it. My American friends are still having a good laugh. What exactly are you learning to do? Yeah, well, acting techniques, stage production, makeup, anything related to the art of mime, really. Like they aren't any good in America? Your passenger gives a little laugh. No. That's why I don't want to leave. But it's the only thing keeping me in France. Sigh. France is not for everyone. What do you mean? I mean, the French usually stand up for their country. They are worse than Americans. No, I mean, a country is like a romantic relationship. You can't fall in love with everybody. We have our likes, our dislikes, then we fall under the spell again. He's watching you. Are all cab drivers philosophers like you? You flash a smile. Well, I don't think so. The passengers give a little laugh. Then his eyes glaze over with some expressionlessness. Perhaps even sad look. Thanks, man. It was good to talk to you. He slipped into the informal two form, no doubt by accident. I have a hard time controlling my anger sometimes. That's why I had trouble with the police today. How so? Well, as you start, they made me sit around in a room for hours with a woman who was clearly a prostitute. They didn't want to take my statement, didn't want me to file a complaint. I had to insist. They made fun of my studies, but I'm used to that. A small smile appears in the corner of his mouth. And then, when I started to get a little mad, when I mentioned the American embassy, they said if I wasn't happy here, I should go home. Certain innuendos were a little... When I got out, there were no more metros, so here I am, telling my life story to a philosopher cabbie. He gives you a smile. Cops, they are... It's complicated here. At least that they share in American and in America and French. Do they treat you badly too? You smile and shake your head. No need for him to know. Suddenly the Pantheon appears among the dark buildings. Wait, why? Its white dome beaks up the dull orange and brown tones of the Parisian night sky. Your passenger breathes a little sigh of satisfaction. It's beautiful, isn't it? What? No doubt about it. You park in front of the residence where the young man lives. He pays the fare and stretches his hand towards you. Thanks again. Meeting you was just what I needed. You shake his hand. He has a strong, confident grip. You know, you should film me around at night. It would make great series. You answer with a smile. Oh yeah, just to shame the Leia girl. With her stupid movie spoilers. He opens the door, gives you a big smile, then disappears. You hold your arms close to your sides for a moment. You catch your breath, trying to control the anxiety welling up inside. The mere mention of police and you start the cab. Really? Do I really want to go with Santa Claus? Or do I want to go with my prime suspect? I mean, now more than anything, I actually suspect him. So I want to say yes. We are driving all over town just to talk with him. I mean, compared to the actual drives, it's not wasting much. You slow down a bit. You have been hit with a migraine. You crack the window. Icy Parisian air fills the cab. You need to rest. You need coffee. You need to close your eyes. Just a minute. You don't need to sleep. You raise your head. You see yourself sitting in the back seat. Your gut clenches. No. It's more like someone is pulling your guts out. Yeah. I look like shit, I know. No surprise considering all the crap I eat, right? He smirks, or maybe it's just a smile. You can't quite tell. I've just got one thing to say. It won't take too long. You'll be able to get back to defending the weak and the poor right after. And maybe cleaning up your reputation. that pretty face of yours. Every once in a while, I picture us on a night Dad died. You remember? Your mouth is burning, like you have hot coals on your tongue. I remember. All that hate you had built up inside. It was incredible. Natural, he smiles at you. To feel so much hate while you were becoming an orphan? He clicks his tongue. You hate that noise. You're fucked up. The shape in the back seat appears to settle in. Plus, all that hate, it was aimed at me. Where am I driving? You threw it all in my hands. I wanted you dead. I wanted to poke your eyes out. You see his teeth flash in the rearview mirror. But you only had eyes for Mom and everybody else. You could tell they weren't doing well. That they didn't get it. You feel a shooting pain in your arm. Every time neighbors, friends came to the door to offer their condolences, they said they were sorry that he was too young. You wanted to scream at them, tell them they didn't understand anything. But you kept your mouth shut, didn't you? He almost whispering now. You were always the weaker of us too. He remained silent for a moment. You see, our brother, he was the devil incarnate, and he always practiced what he preached. If you were him, you would already have stopped the killer with your balls alone. What? But no. You prefer to make a deal with the police, with every bastard in the city of Paris. Silence chilling. You're gonna die alone, man. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm not gonna hang around. A shadow moves in front of the cab. By the time you realize it was just a car, you're alone in the cab. You close your eyes, hoping the migraine will subside. You feel exhausted. You sit for a minute and start driving again. The purr of motor is strangely warm and comforting. And again, I let my suspect go. The fuck, man? Well then I guess we are gonna talk to our prime suspect number 33. But hey, if it is not the woman... I'm too drunk to drive. And again, right through the other side of the city. You pull up in front of the address the central office gave you. A crab joint. Quite a popular one by the looks of the line spilling out door and onto the sidewalk. Yeah, those crab places, if there's not too many of them, they're always super popular. You sit for a moment. The door opens and a group of 30-somethings come into view. All the men and women are dressed alike. Sporty, running shoes, jeans, small shoulder bags. They are officers from the Paris anti-crime squad in plain clothes. You sigh. They are brutish types. Ones who like to race, tackle and clobber. Ones who ruined the afternoons you spent wandering around Paris in your teens. After a bit, one of them pulls away from the group and comes over to your taxi. He opens the door and collapses onto the back seat. He's a stocky and of Asian descent. But he's stocky. What the heck does that mean? You can see his muscles through his thick winter clothes. He smells like crabs and hard cider, and his face is bright red. Hey, what's up? I live near Ternis. Terney? He chuckles as one of the colleagues rushes over to the taxi and pulls an imaginary gun from his coat. He points to his badge and screams at you. with a big smile on his face. What a douchebag. The other cop eventually backs off and you drive away. Sorry, man. We're having a going away party for a colleague and celebrating Christmas too. Your passenger smiles, then puts the fingers back on his templates. I drank too much. Shit. Yeah, no worries, that's just... I'm used to being a target. That explains the Santa figure though, that we have been seeing. So maybe I'll deliver that one next. I'm a lightweight and they knew it. I think they were trying to loosen my tongue. His behavior changes abruptly, just like he has seen a ghost. Actually, while we are doing that and when we are already drunk and while I'm eating chocolate, I might just as well add a little bit of extra drink to that, because clearly I'm speaking much too clearly. Absolutely. One question. Yes. Do taxi drivers have some sort of policy or ethics code? Like priests or doctors. If I tell you something, can you keep it to yourself? Oh. He starts speaking before you even have a chance to reply. I've been lying to my colleagues for years. I'm actually not Asian. I'm a black man. I joined the squad 8 years ago and they all think I'm in a relationship with a woman who lives in Strasbourg and that we're going to get married. He makes a strange yelping noise, like an air bubble bursting on the surface of a river. Still, the game is strangely comforting, I do have to say. Like it has a really nice flow to it. We've almost broken up 10 times. I convinced them we are trying to have a kid, but it hasn't worked out yet. He sighs. Fuck, saying it out loud is just the worst. His eyes are getting shiny. I'm gay. That's even worse than being black. A deep breath. I'm getting married in a few weeks to my boyfriend. Another breath. Longer. Deeper. No one at work knows, not a soul. The next sentences come out in a rush. He holds his breath the whole time. I like men. I've always liked men. But I work in a police station and listen to their comments, to their jokes all day. When we catch a guy who has never done time before, we tell him briefly what he should expect. We talk about the violence, He finally breathes in again. I say we because I'm in on it. Because I can say fag any time of day without any prompting. The word rolls off my tongue completely naturally. Fag. He finally looks you in the eye. They are not mean. He shakes his head. My colleagues aren't mean people. They're cops. Not mean, just doing the job. Just doing their job to tell people that they are gonna get raped in prison and making fun of them. Yeah. Just good people cops doing their jobs. He manages to flash a tiny crooked smile. You know what I'd really like? He pauses. I'd like to have them over for dinner. Everybody on the squad. They could see my place. We could play a board game, something normal, you know. Yeah, that's what they would do, sure. And they could meet James. He takes a moment to think about your question. Yes, soon. He smiles at least, a genuine smile. Can you believe it? We are getting married in 2 weeks. After living together for 9 years. For 9 years, he's been willing to live in a lie. Well, does he hold it against you? No, he gets how it is. He snickers. He's crazy about me and I'm crazy about him. He knows I love my job and couldn't possibly do anything else. He loves me enough to let me keep lying. He slowly shakes his head. But I can't go on like this. I have to... He freezes. Shit, my head is spinning. I don't feel so good. Why am I telling you this? Why? He grabs onto the seat in front of him. Okay, can you pull over? Lively. You stop immediately. He opens the door and leans the top half of his body out. He throws up. You open your window to air out the greasy smell of fried crabs and sour scent of cider. A moment later, the cop sits back up. Okay, I'm all set. I got it all out. You start driving again. I'm really sorry. Yeah, you're right. You nod while your passenger moans and quietly says, I'm sorry. He pauses to catch his breath. Shit, I haven't barked like that since last Easter. They made me drink this South African liquor, something with cream and cocoa. Nasty. I can still picture it. Why? He is just all in on group pressure. I can still picture it. I was doing shots with the where they shouted my name. Karate Kid. It was a rough night. We just closed the race. Groans. You glaze in the rearview mirror. You okay? Everything's spinning again. Can you pull over? A repeat of last time. He opens the door, leans out. The sound he makes makes your stomach churn as you stare straight ahead. Hey, can I ask you a question? A little inside the vehicle. I don't know what to choose here. Well, let's see if you can. It's now or never. You hesitate as he painfully hiccups and burps in the back seat. Fine, shoot. He sits up, prompts you to drive. So here goes. What should I do? Should I keep on keeping on? Should I confess? Should I invite them to my wedding and surprise them? He pauses. It's a long one. Be straight with me. What would you do if you were me? If you were in my shoes? I think you're being hard on yourself. You're hurting yourself rather than trying to solve the problem. You're not going to change your sexual orientation or leave your husband. So, there aren't a ton of alternatives. I mean, you basically already... You have to find a new profession. Tell them. Wow, I gotta tell them. He looks at you in the mirror. Can you take me somewhere else, if you don't mind? I don't mind. My colleagues are at a bar. I'll go see them. Tell them everything. If I don't do it now, then I'll never do it. A smile of relief spreads across his face. It's not just the alcohol talking? Yes. But I think it's about the 10th time I've gotten wasted this month. You're right, I'm hurting myself. Cheers to that. He gives you the new address. I need to tell them now. I feel terrible, but I think I'll feel better if I speak to them directly. His headache is apparently back and has knocked him out a bit. You're used to having drunk people in your cab. Actually, the majority of your Saturday night passengers are drunk. I don't know how to tell them about all this. From the tone of his voice, you can tell he's beginning to panic. I don't think I'm ready. Your passenger stares hard at you. You can tell your silence is giving him doubts. I want to go to the bar. He seems determined despite his shaky voice. I want to tell him about James. You're about to say something when he cuts you off. My mind is made up. He smiles briefly and you turn back towards the bar. For the remainder of the trip, your passenger is silent. From time to time, he messages his temples. His headache is persistent. When he sees you watching him in the rearview mirror, he raises a hand. Everything is fine. It's cool. He smiles like someone slowly sobering up. Weariness replacing the alcohol. Stress taking over giddiness. And the others have been keeping on drinking. You stop the car. Your passenger waits for a second. Then all of a sudden, like he just woke up, he realizes you're at the bar. Already? Yes. He pays his fare, but is frozen in place. A piece of advice. Well, I mean, self-hurt is the way to go. So I think we should keep on doing that. Yeah, that's a good way to start, he sighs. I'm so scared. In any case, he flashes you a grin. Thank you. I don't quite remember what I said, but thank you. He jumps out of the taxi so quickly you would think someone kicked him in the ass. You follow his, when the dam breaks and you made up your mind to actually do something, it is quite a relief to have figured something out. It gives you quite a boost. You follow his stocky figure with your gaze. He goes into the bar, looks for his friends, and waves. You drive off. Oh, that's actually quite a nice tip. Oh, old man. Quite frankly, yeah, those main ones that we have here, actually quite nice. St. Louis Hospital, as usual. You recognize the next passengers getting in your cab, a cop, the detective. Your suspect. He has a tired look about him. Not just because it's early. His voice drags. The usual place. St. Louis Hospital, then. You start driving. You notice right away that your passenger is cold, very cold in fact. He is shivering and chattering his teeth. You start driving, but keep an eye on him. He flashes a crooked smile. It's not really necessary. Thanks, though. I'm not cold. It's my medication. Pretty bizarre side effects. 1 minute I'm hot, the next I'm cold. I forgot what kind of voice that I gave him, so you have to you have to apologize. you have to forgive me. I'm just like then there was the other passenger, the female passenger, where he commented on her accent, and then there was the Brooklyn kid, Chicago, whatever, and I kind of just forgot what I had with him. Not much really, but it's good. It's for my own good. His face says otherwise. He's not quite convinced. Actually, maybe it is a cold. It hasn't been this cold in ages. Since 1982, I think. 83 maybe. And almost in a whisper he adds, the year of the tiger.